DeShaun, if you would please, your team, what are you most pleasantly surprised with from the end of last season to today?
Oh, we just started. Man, I didn't know that was the question. You throw me off. Say it again, I'm sorry.
What are you most pleasantly surprised with maybe from the end of the season to where you're sitting today getting ready to start fall camp?
Just their approach to the offseason. I think we had an amazing winter, and then they followed that up with a great spring, and then triple down all the way into summer, so I think my guys are just pretty excited that they believe, they see the light at the end of the tunnel, and they actually are understanding what we're trying to do, and I think they're looking forward to it. He's just somebody that I don't think he can really get rattled, personality-wise, he's kind of quiet a little bit, but, confidence. But he's a quarterback, You got to be able to function with stuff around you. Like, turn around and look at him. He has this, there's a whole stage of people that want to talk to him, but he's just somebody that, he's composed, and I just hope that he just brings that onto the field and we just continue to grow.
How do you thought process like just bringing these ideas or something you want to do? There's just been so many questions about this. First time you're seeing it.
Oh, to Big Ten?
Yeah, Big Ten.
Oh yeah, I wanted to bring you there. Just it's time to let you tell your story. A lot of people wrote a book for you. Talk to him about it. So I wanted him to be able to come out here and not from me, because you guys were going to ask me these questions, and now I'm speaking for him. So I wanted him to be able to go out there and really tell his truth.
How important was it to make sure he got this opportunity before the season started, before practices started? That way, all the questions would get kind of out of the way.
It's huge. It's huge, because now we can just go back to playing ball. Kind of put something to rest and let that go, and now we can go play ball. And I just think that he was looking forward to this opportunity. It was never like, I don't want to come or anything. I asked him, he was like, yeah, and we're here.
From a national perspective, how do you guys, obviously the season started, the national is going to be some similar type of questions. How do you prepare the rest of the team to stay focused?
I think our SID and everybody, they did a good job of just prepping them for the questions that they thought that they could hear today, and we're probably just going to have to continue with that type of treatment. But, you want noise. You want people to be talking about us, and in a couple of months, you guys are going to be talking about us winning games and not the quarterback.
When you look at this defense, how do you see
that was going to be difficult because, we lost a lot of key talent. A lot of guys got drafted off that defense. But, some of the guys that were behind them are excited to get their opportunity. They were able to learn from these guys, and now they're excited for their opportunity. Up front, I was able to bring back Gary Smith, who got injured last season. Keanu Williams got injured last season. These are two guys that are going to be focal points up front, especially with Jay leaving, with Carson Schlesinger and Femi leaving. We have some linebackers that can step up, and John Bonds is one of them. That's why he's here. J9 is another one, and then we have a sophomore transfer from Oregon State, Chisholm. So it's looking good. We're just ready for this opportunity. I'm kind of excited just for training camp. I'm going to get out there and see my players play, and I think they're pretty excited for that same thing too, because we've just been grinding for a while, and it's time to play some ball. I think just my relationship with him. His dad was my D-line coach in Carolina, so I've known Tino since he was 11, 12, and seeing how he's involved as a coach and everything is it just resonated that like this is something that I want to be able to stay with.
Bringing in a quarterback here and somebody how did you handle it? Were you up front with him, or did you figure this is already?
Yeah, once it went public, we talked to Joey before it went public. you know. So he heard it from us before he heard it from media or anything.
How hard is it to hold on to a system?
Scotty White was somebody that people across the street were trying to steal from him, you know. So he's a great coach, and he's somebody that we have a personal relationship with. So I don't think them trying to steal him was going to work, but it was, you know, like you said, when you guys are getting drafted, they're going to try to steal your people, and I'm just glad that Scotty White chose to stay with us.
DeShaun, going back to you in high school, all the way through to college and the pros, you've always been known as a very genuine person. How does that help you to build those quality relationships with your players?
It's relationships, you know, and I think they can see that I'm genuine, and it just resonates with them, you know. But that's it. I kind of gravitated to coaches that were genuine, and I think I just lean on my prior experiences a lot, and that kind of helps me in this coaching role. Most definitely. Talked to Foxy, especially last year right before I got the job. I talked to Kelly Skipper, my running back coach. He's with Buffalo Bills. He was my running back coach at UCLA. I talked to his dad, Kelly Skipper, who was my running back coach in Carolina. So I have a lot of people around me that you know I can get a lot of information from, and they're willing to help me. You know, they want to see me succeed.
So go back to the process of leaving the issue. At what point did you get involved and you believe that you could get involved? Because it's first and further opinion made. He's considering going in, no, he's not considering going in, no, he is now in, and then later called Tennessee. Could be going in. What point? He was shopping where? There seemed to be, you know, several days there where any number of people involved. When did you get involved? When did you think you should get involved?
Once he was in the portal. So whenever he got in the portal, that's when we got involved. But I'd already talked to the dad because I had a son. I had Madden committed to me before. So on signing day, he signed with Arkansas because I had made a change on offense. And so communications was done. And then once he got in the portal, we were able to crank it back up and get him here.
It's always been that, you know, interesting situation with him. Not necessarily the commitment, decommitment part, but the fact that he only played one game in his high school season, tried to transfer, wasn't able to, you know, play again. And you've got a quarterback who's, I guess, doesn't have as many reps at the high school level. What's the development plan for him for this year, and then, you know, the future right after that?
He's just like any other player. Got to get reps. I'm about to take a wide receiver who's had unfortunate 2 season-ending injuries. You know, so it's the same thing. You know, he hasn't been able to play since his sophomore season. You know, so it's very unfortunate. But we're gonna just find ways to get him reps and continue to have him grow. You know, I think he has a high ceiling, and he's willing to learn and willing to work.
Coach, how would you say you've changed from year 2 to year 1, and how would you say the program's changed from year 2 to year 1?
It's just mostly just being comfortable. You know, once you get more familiar, I've done this before. I've been in the Big Ten before, so all this has been familiar. Spring ball, we did that before. So it's completely slowed down from where it was. But every year you got to grow. You know, there was growth with me in the press conference, and there's going to be growth with my team this season. So you'll be able to see it.
Coach, your running back depth, you know, you quietly kind of added Javian Thomas to the group there. How do you see the pecking order shaking out, at least at the start of camp? Because I remember when you guys brought in Berger, similar situation, summer arrival, but he needed some time around him to shape. Where's Javian on that timeline?
He's in shape because he was able to do
Went through spring.
Exactly. You know, Berger didn't do spring, so that was a setback for him. But Jet's in a great position. You know, we're excited about him to see what he can bring to the table, and you know, he's a guy that has explosive capabilities, and we're looking forward to it.
Coach, 2-part question here. You guys are going to Columbus later in the year. Being that it's year 2 in the Big Ten for UCLA and some of your players, what's it like showing them new new stadium, new places in the Big Ten for some of those guys who never experienced it before. Then also when you're facing a guy like Jeremiah Smith, how do you approach those elite talents and trying to stop guys like that?
They're looking forward to it. Like I did last year, I'm gonna do the same thing this season. We'll probably go out there the day before early, show them the arena, and then go back to the hotel. And so it's not the first time on game day. Let them get it out. Let them be fans of, because these are some iconic stadiums. We go to the Horseshoe. They have names. It's not just stadium. You know what I mean? So I'm excited for it. I've played in the Horseshoe, so I know it can get rocking and stuff like that. And I know our players are looking forward to these opportunities to play against top talent, like you said. And